Magandang buhay po sa ating lahat. Sa pagkakataong ito ay talakayin po natin ang division of whole numbers and decimal numbers. Tayo po ay nasa week 7, quarter 1 ng Math 6. Una po ay pakita sa atin yung video presentation ng long division sa pamagitan ng isang rap song at susundan ito ng isang video presentation din ni Miss G. Susunod na.
One virgin pina colada, please. First divide the dividend by the divisor, then we can fit 114 into 27. Then multiply 1 by the 14, write the 14 and subtract, the difference is 13. Then bring down the 3 and the process will repeat. When we do long division, we drop the B.
Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down.
Yeah.
That's how a quotient is found.
Divide 133 by 14. First estimate in your mind. I think we should try 9. Multiply 9 by 14 with this mental math trick. The product you will find is 126. Subtract, and the remainder is 7. So write a 7 in the quotient with an R present.
Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. That's how a quotient is found. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down.
And when there's a remainder, write R, followed by what's left over.
That's how a quotient is found.
Now let's see what the remainder really means. R7 can be written as 7 14s. Since 14 is the divisor, it's the whole. The remainder is the part, and that is its role. So 19 and 7 14ths is the quotient, and 19 and a half is its equivalent. And the simplest form.
Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down.
That's how a quotient is found.
That's how a quotient is found, yeah.
Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down.
The remainder can become the numerator, the divisor can become the denominator.
That's how a quotient is found.
That's how a quotient, that's how a quotient, that's how a quotient is found.
G'day there. I'm Slater the Alligator from the land down under, here to talk to you about long division with decimal numbers. If there's only a decimal number in the dividend, simply do the division as you normally would. Then bring the decimal point straight up above the line to the quotient. If the divisor is a decimal number, simply multiply it by 10, moving the decimal point to the right until the decimal point is to the right of the divisor. Multiply the dividend by 10, moving the decimal point to the right as many times as you multiplied the divisor by 10, moving the decimal point to the right and adding zeros if needed when the original number doesn't have enough digits. Then divide as usual. Finally, remember to always check your division with multiplication, the inverse operation. Alright, hooroo for now. Get on over to numberrock.com for exclusive content, lesson materials and more. Thanks for watching.
Hi guys, we are going to study about division of whole numbers and decimal numbers. After going through this module, you are expected to divide whole numbers by decimals up to 2 decimal places and vice versa, and mixed decimals up to 2 decimal places. The word decimal comes from the Latin word decima, which means 10th part. Although we are using different notation, we are still considering the non-negative rational numbers. Division of decimals, just like multiplication, can be done using either the fraction method or the decimal method. Let's try this. Divide 49 by 0.7. To divide 49 by 0.7, always make the divisor a whole number. In this case, our divisor is 0.7. Since it is 1 decimal place, we need to multiply the divisor by 10. At the same time, we also need to multiply the dividend, which is 49 by 10. Or we can just simply move the decimal point until the divisor becomes a whole number. So in this case, 0.7 will be 7 and 49 will be 490. After we have already made the divisor a whole number, we just need to divide the numbers as if they are whole numbers. After getting an answer, we can also check our work if we have the correct answer. And to check, we need to multiply 70 by 0.7 or multiply our answer by the divisor. The product has 1 decimal place since there is only 1 decimal place in the factors that we have already multiplied. Let's have another example. 208 divided by 0.8. Therefore, our answer will be 260. We can also divide decimal by a whole number. Division done with decimals. How do we divide decimals or mix decimals by decimals? These are the steps in order to divide mixed decimals by decimals. Step number 1 is to make the divisor a whole number by multiplying it by 10 or just moving the decimal point one place or one decimal place to the right to make the divisor a whole number. Then we need to also multiply 0.25 or our dividend by 10 or move the decimal point as many places as in the divisor. So if we move the decimal point in the divisor once, therefore we also need to move the decimal point in the dividend once. But if we move the decimal point twice in the divisor, therefore we should move the decimal point in the dividend twice also. So since we move the decimal point in the divisor once, therefore we are also going to move the decimal point in the dividend once to get 2.5 divided by 5. Note, what we do with the divisor, we do the same to the dividend. Step number 3 is to divide just like whole numbers. Put the decimal point of the quotient or the answer for division just above the decimal point in the dividend. For us not to forget to write the decimal point before you solve the division, you need to move or to put the decimal point above the decimal point in the dividend. Step number 4 is to check. Multiply the quotient or the answer and the divisor like multiplying whole number. Put the decimal point in the product as same number of the decimal places in the quotient. Here is another example. As we can see here, since we need to move the decimal point twice in the divisor to make 0.09 a whole number, therefore we also need to move the decimal point in the dividend twice. In dividing decimal or mixed decimal by decimals, we have to use the following steps. First, change the divisor to a whole number by moving the decimal point to the rightmost place or multiply it by 10 if only one decimal place, or 100 if 2 decimal places. Second is to move the decimal point in the dividend to as many places as the decimal point in the divisor is moved, or multiply it also by 10 or 100. Note, what we do with the divisor, we do the same to the dividend. Third, insert zeros to the dividend when needed. I hope that this lesson helps you learn about dividing decimals and mixed decimals by whole numbers or by another decimal. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to this channel for more upcoming videos.
Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. Naway malinaw sa atin ang nilalaman ng dalawang video presentation. Sa pagkakataong ito, iwan namin sa inyo ang isang quotation ni Sri Aurobindo. Ito po yung nilalaman ng quotation. All that is born and destroyed is reborn in the sweep of the ages. Life, like a decimal, ever recurring, repeats the old figures. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood.